Hey guys, it's Cory from CoryBakerFilmmaker.com, and I just saw Game Night, written by Mark Perez and directed by John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein. Hey guys, first of all, so sorry that I haven't had a little review in a while, but I've been very busy on set recently. Many projects coming down the pike. So keep an eye out for all those things, but in the meantime, Game Night, got to check it out at Regal LA Live, the usual theater. We are coming up very close to the 10th time that I have seen a movie at Regal LA Live, which means that as soon as we get to that point, we'll get a little featurette thing, and you won't have to hear me keep talking about how Regal LA Live just kind of brings it consistently. On to Game Night. So I really enjoyed this movie. I think that what's really great about it is that it plays itself so much like sort of a thriller. If there was no sound and you were just watching it on mute, you would think that you're watching a thriller, because it's very dark, the colors are very muted. It doesn't play itself visually like a comedy. It's got a lot of great camera work involved. It's got a lot of awesome sound design. It very much feels like a thriller or like a true crime type thing, but it's very funny. So it's interesting. It's very well done. The directors, John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein, had previously done work together on like Horrible Bosses and Spider-Man Homecoming, both movies that I enjoyed a good deal. John Francis Daley specifically, you probably recognize more as an actor, especially if you saw things like Waiting or Bones. I think he was in Bones. They didn't write this one though. Mark Perez wrote it. I hadn't seen anything of Mark Perez's before, but this was a very well done script, and deserves a big attaboy. Also, Rich D'Elia, the casting director, deserves an attaboy as well, because everybody who was in this movie was bringing it. In particular, though, I want to shine a special light on Jesse Plemons. He has just been killing the game recently, especially if you saw the Black Mirror episode, which everyone has gone crazy about. He is so incredible, and he's the glue that brings this whole thing together. He plays the next door neighbor who's a cop, and he is recently divorced, and they used to invite him and his wife over for game nights, but he was really weird, and they really only brought him because they were inviting his wife. And now that they're divorced, they're trying to avoid bringing him over to the game nights. But he's so dry. He's so, like, completely... It's just like all these little... He's holding a dog and just giving these completely monotone kind of, like, by-the-book responses to the questions that they give. It's the type of thing that in the hands of a lesser actor, it wouldn't have worked. But in this, it worked. It was like fine wine. It was great. And I really enjoy the shit out of Jesse Plemons. And I think that there's kind of like a way that he carries himself that makes me think that he's kind of like the second coming of Philip Seymour Hoffman. He's sort of got that thing where like he can be really funny, and he can do drama really well. You know, like especially in things like where he's had to be super serious before. Breaking Bad just comes to the top of my mind. He can do it all, and he completely made this movie for me. I walked out raving about his performance. I just want to see anything and everything that you can put Jesse Plemons in at this point. Problems with this movie, or qualms, I guess. It's very funny. It had me laughing pretty hard throughout. It was more of the type of comedy where you build to these moments and you get these really big laughs rather than like small incremental laughs throughout. Just out of dumb luck, I had watched The Naked Gun the same day I went to see Game Night earlier in the day, and Naked Gun is obviously the type of comedy where it's just like mile a minute, everything is a joke, everything is set up to be a joke. Game Night is a little bit more refined than that. It's not your slapsticky comedy. It really, with the way that it's shot and the way that it feels, it it's something a little bit different, but it's really refreshing and really funny. Despite that, it could have gone horribly awry, but it all came together so well, and just huge praise to everyone involved because it was a real team effort, and I really enjoy that. One other thing I would be remiss if I didn't talk about, some of the camera work that I saw in this flick. I enjoyed there was one shot that they did a couple times where it was sort of like a perspective shot from behind a car. So we would be following a car, and as the car was moving, the camera would move straight with it. So it was like it was connected and shot from behind, almost like you would think in like a video game. Like if you're in a racing game and you whenever the car turns, you're moving with it, and it just keeps the car solidly in the middle of the screen. I thought that was a great effect. There was another part later on where they're making, I don't want to give away a lot, but they have to steal something and escape a house, and they did a similar kind of thing that they had did with Black Panther. When we talk about the big fight scene in Black Panther in that Korean shady gambling establishment, where the camera is able to follow up and down levels and go around. And this one, I think, was actually more well done than the one they did in Black Panther. It just felt a little bit smoother. And I really enjoyed the camera work that they pulled off for that moment. No snake eyes, no snake eyes, no snake eyes, no snake eyes! Leaderboard! Hey! It's leaderboard time. This is the 8th time I've seen a movie at Regal LA Live. So we're coming very close to a special little featurette. I hope you guys are going to enjoy that. Moving on to the movie leaderboard. Game night, a lot of fun. It didn't really have anything going against it, but it does feel like there was just a little something missing. Maybe if it was just 10% funnier, it could have really given some things a run for its money. But I give it an 8.3, currently good enough for 5th on the rankings. It moves Molly's game down. Yeah, it's just like a seriously fun movie. I know it's sad that I got lost in Black Panther mania, but it's definitely worth going to check out. See it before it gets out of theaters because it's a lot of fun. If I were to do sort of a Fast and the Furious style score on this one, I'd give it another 0.7 or so. I mean, like to get it roughly in the area of a 9, it's pretty close to as good as it's going to get, even without factoring in any kind of specialty scoring. But I really enjoy it. I think you all should go check it out and let me know what you think. But that is it for me. You can find me at CoryBakerFilmmaker.com, Facebook.com/CoryBakerFilm, on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at LegendCB5. And please subscribe to this channel. Give me a like. Tell me if you saw the movie. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you don't think that, or think that I'm completely out of line for saying that Jesse Plemons might be the next Philip Seymour Hoffman. I'm ready. I'm ready for what you have to say about this. So please give me some comments. Give me some direction. Let me know. At the end of the day, I really do it all for you guys. So hopefully you're enjoying it. With that being said, I have to go surreptitiously go out of frame with my dog like this.